You probably woke up today thinking it was an ordinary Thursday. Well, that's where you're wrong, because it's actually one of the most important days of the calendar year, because today is World Chocolate Day. And to celebrate, I'm gonna try and cook a chocolate cake. But before we get started, there's only one thing to do, and that's to get properly dressed for the occasion, like any good baker would. I didn't actually have time to get an actual one, but I do have the next best thing. So yeah, let's get started. So I started off sieving some flour into my bowl, and I'm not too sure if everything was measured out correctly. I was kind of winging it, and I was kind of doing it pretty fast, but that's me adding the cocoa powder. I was going to use hot chocolate, but a quick Google search shut that idea down pretty instantly. Next was the sugar. I mean, look how much sugar that is crazy. The baking powder and soda was next. Two things that I thought were the same thing. So you learn something new every single day. Alright, so it has gotten to the point where I am starting to feel a little bit doubtful, because it is currently looking a bit weird, but I'm going to stay optimistic, as you all should do. But yeah, things have gone serious when I put my glasses on. But yeah, I'm going to keep going and see what happens. I had to crack an egg next, but my hand was covering the shot, so like true professionals, we tried again, and this happened. After fishing the shell out of the egg, I added it to the bowl along with some milk, and excuse the mess, by the way, just pretend you can't see that. You know what, call me optimistic, but does that not look like what it's supposed to look like? It's making me a bit more confident, but we're not there yet. We're not yet there. We gotta get to the finish line before we start celebrating. Now, this was the point where things were looking a lot better, as I was mixing things all together. This was where it was, I thought, coming all together and was looking okay. Not before lining the pan with paper, which, by the way, was so annoying. You wouldn't think that it would be hard to do so, but I'm telling you, that was difficult. Okay, that was the hardest part of the whole process, I'm telling you. Here is when my emotions were at an all-time high. That is looking good. In my mind, I'm thinking, I'm smashing this. This is the part where I'm sure a lot of you can relate when I say this is where time stands still. The point in the process where you gotta just hope and pray. It's out of your hands at this stage. And after starting the stopwatch, that's when the nerves started. And I'm telling you, all at home right now, this was the longest 35 minutes of my life. Okay, stressed was an understatement. But I'm just gonna blur the camera for now. I'm not trying to ruin the big surprise. I'm not trying to ruin the reveal. I know you're all on the edge of your seats waiting for this. So, without further delay, I'll hand the mic over to my past self and let him take over. So after about 40 minutes of prep and 35 minutes in the oven, I have finally completed my cake. And you're probably wondering where I got this recipe from. Basically, it was from a website, and this was the reference picture. This is what it's supposed to turn out. And I think it's safe to say, it may not look the same as my cake, as you can see, but for what it's worth, I think it's an okay attempt. Well, what have we learned here today, ladies and gentlemen? Did I have fun making this cake? Yes, I did. Did the actual cake live up to my expectations? I would say so. I went in with high hopes, and I'm just happy I have a cake to show you guys, and I didn't burn down the kitchen, so there's a plus there. But they always say that there's room for improvement in all things, and after tonight, I think it's safe to say that there's a lot of room to improve.